We set forth objectives, obviously provide a reliable water supply. That accounts for droughts, climate change, delta exports, etc. We want projects and programs that are cost effective. We don't want to burden ourselves with a very risky project that 15, 20 years from now we find out we didn't need to do. I just got my 2-minute warning. Increase local control of supply. That helps us moderate somewhat this reality that there's very big forces at play that we don't necessarily have a lot of control over. Water quality regulations are very important to us, achieving the basin goals, improving the natural environment, and reducing the risk of actually being able to pull this off working together. An example of stakeholder input, the yellow diamond shows the average among all the stakeholders that we pulled together, our customer agencies, the Water Master, the Water Quality Authority, Council for Watershed Health, folks that are commonly very active in the water sector in the valley and understand it. Reliability, cost effectiveness, local control, those objectives are across the bottom, and we put stakeholder weights to this. And so the blue bar illustrates the range in those stakeholder weights. Reliability being most important at 32, cost effectiveness at 20, local control 19, water quality 14, and some people considering reliability worth about 20 to up to 70. So these weights are used to moderate how much of an investment we plan to make in any one particular area. Stealing this from Consumer Reports charts. Bought a car recently, and so option category, we've got indirect potable reuse, non-potable recycling, which we're doing now, stormwater, both centralized and decentralized. These are different tools in our toolbox that we can build and integrate into water management in this watershed. Storage within the basin, continuing to rely on imported water and water conservation. And you can see those that rank very high with that solid green across the top. Indirect potable reuse being one, recharging the groundwater basin with highly treated recycled water is what that is. And water conservation being another one that ranks very well, just subjectively. So getting to the point here, looked at the graph on the left, the pie on the left earlier. We'll have a higher reliance on imported water if we do nothing. If we take into account the opportunities that we have with stormwater capture, conservation, recycling, and go in and pick off the lower cost, lower risk projects in that set, then we can maintain our existing reliance on the imported water at about 17% and add in several other projects, much like in investments, a diversified portfolio. Last slide here, and sort of segueing to the next panel, which I believe will be very interesting. The future is about balancing risk factors and opportunities. We are very fortunate, unlike some agencies in Southern California, we have many opportunities. We just have to be smart, strategic, tactical now about how we deploy those. Climate change, you can moderate that. Investment in water supply reliability, specifically adding capacity for stormwater capture to capture those more variable flows. Recycling and conservation, they take some of that volatility out of the equation. The Bay Delta, water transfers from south of the Delta, continuing to support metropolitan recycling, conservation, and stormwater capture. Again, it reduces our exposure to that larger conversation about the Bay Delta. The drinking water standards, we've got to support setting those with very sound science and then deploying the water treatment technology as the state requires. And the rising cost of energy, of course, the stormwater capture and water conservation give you a free pass there. Really reduces that carbon footprint. So with that, I want to thank my fellow panelists and thank you for your patience and letting me get through just before lunch.